guys. So, this is, as promised, the fourth installment of Jen's conversation with Glam with Kimberley. Like I say, I'm just going to go ahead and play it. You guys can slow it down as you need to. Imagine my comments, because you probably know me well enough by now to know what I'm going to say. Yeah, none of it is pretty. None of it is pretty. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end, but it's absolutely ridiculous to me how she backtracks and how she has backed off of everything that she has said. And yeah, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I have so many questions for this woman that I would love to ask, but I'm not going to. All right, moving on.
Another question from the chat. Can you ask her why she's speaking on True Crime Latest?
Why I'm speaking on True Crime Latest? So, because True Crime Latest had to have a little chitter chat on me. That's why I spoke on True Crime Latest. Other than that, I did do a video, and it wasn't like, to speak on true crime. It was about the court thing. So it wasn't like, it was about Michelle and true crime. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But another one was on true crime. Yes.
Okay. So you felt like she spoke on you, and then you reacted. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I was talking about. The Tragic and Lucy were in her chat, and they were all mocking me, talking about me, and because they get little glimmers, little hints of purple every so often because of purple shampoo on the end of my hair. She decided when she looked at me, that's what she said. I think of purple, and I said, well, okay. When I look at you, I think of bitch. And that's what I said, okay. And I don't take that back. No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's on you. Like I said, you've got to pick your battles. On here and
my things, right? And I mean, I can think someone's a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like you can like somebody or not. Yeah, but the way it works is you speak on somebody, they're going to speak on you, and then that's going to be a beef. And you can either handle the fight or not.
Yeah, and people in her chat were even saying, like, she has a name. Like, do you need to be high school? Like, and was I childish coming back? And I said, well, when I look at you, I think a bitch. Yes, 100%, absolutely, I was.
Okay. She's owning it, giving you her answers. Chat that are upset. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
you ask the question, she's going to give the answers.
I'm not going to say
you don't have to like the answers, but you're getting the answers.
I'm going to give you my honest answer.
Yeah. That's what I said earlier. Like, just be honest, and you're either gonna, this is gonna help things, or you're gonna make it worse. It's one or the other. You
gotta let Jenny. You gotta let Jenny finish.
Because that's what I was saying. It's either gonna be like people are gonna hear you sincerely, and they'll move on, or you're gonna make it worse by your reaction. You know what I mean? And it's just up to you. Like.
Well, I mean, and that's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm owning what I did. Like, I'm not denying it.
Yeah.
I'm owning it, and I'm trying to make my wrongs right. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know what else to say other than own my mistakes, and God knows I did a lot.
I can share if it needs to be. Okay, let's see.
So
go ahead. True Crime Latest. If you want to come up and have a conversation, y'all can have a conversation and squash your beef. I mean, if that's one of the reasons too for doing this, like, is to kind of settle all the fights you got into, not even realizing it.
Jenny, you know what? Like, I don't want to be on here all day, honestly.
I know. Well, I understand. I think we've just about asked everything, anyways. Almost.
I mean, if anyone else has anything, I'll answer as honestly as I possibly can, for sure.
Yeah, I think let's see. I'm sending the videos from Kimmy's now. She's sending me clips, but I understand you're sending them, right? And we can go. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, this is kind of just me offering for y'all to talk with a mediator, maybe, and squash it. I don't really want to put any clips or anything. You know what I mean?
With True Crime? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, she's sending clips, but I understand. She's saying that you spoke. She's saying that you spoke on her first. And she's sending me the receipt for it. That's why.
I just said I did.
Okay. All right. See, so she just admitted it, y'all.
Yeah, I said I did.
So,
I told you that.
One thing that I'm noticing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's your panel. It's your panel. There's
a delay,
know,
but I just lost my thought. So go ahead.
Sorry.
That was
I'm
me.
sorry.
No, it was not you. It was just me. I just lost my thought as I was trying to read the chat.
All right. One thing I'm noticing is that.
About Nan. Sorry. About Nan. She said she was just proving that she's lying about Nan. That's it. Receipts. Okay. Gotcha. I thought it was for you, TCO. Sorry. Gotcha. Okay. So she's sending the receipt about Nan.
Okay.
because I wasn't even around, didn't even have a clue about any of that. So
Jenny, like I said, honest to God, I did not know. I've never seen the name before in my life. But so I certainly am not going to mock someone that has cancer. That's all I can tell you that. And that's not who I am, even on my cruelest of meanest of days. Like when you just feel like you're just blowing up. It would never happen. That's just not who I am. Doesn't happen. My father passed away with cancer, and that's the last thing I'd ever do, ever. So if I said something out of reaction or something, I didn't even realize that I did. Well, then show me, and all I can do is say I'm sorry. That's but I truly do not think I did. But if I did, then just show me, no problem.
okay,
So
let's see.
I think
Go
a lot
ahead.
of people are they have an opinion, and I just want to kind of put it into words for you. So there was a time when you were kind of on the other side of the fence with Bombshell, and so there were a lot of ugly things that were said all over different chats. But we understand that that's how that whole crew works, and that you kind of get wrapped up in it, right? Until you realize that maybe you're not being told the truth, and so then you walk away, and then you kind of give yourself a good rinse, and then you kind of intermingle with the people that you were talking very ugly about at one point in time. And I think so. There's that situation, and then flash forward to the Michelle situation. Like when you had her up on panel, and she kind of said a lot of really ugly things, blamed a lot of people, and like again from the bleachers or from the audience, it kind of looked like you were playing the role of a teacher, keeping everybody in line. But the line was not to attack Michelle. Meanwhile, she's run around saying a lot of ugly things to a lot of people, and so people really wanted to be able to clap back at her and be like, no, that's not true. You did that, or you attacked this person or that person. And so I think that a lot of people have the theme that you want to dish it out, but you can't take it back.
No,
And
I'm
that's
open, Paloma. I'm totally open. And I understand where people are coming from with that, because that's I can't even deny that. I will not try to deny that, because they're right. That's true. But in the moment, that's not what I was thinking I was doing. But when I looked back on it, absolutely. And I will not ever try to deny that. Not at all. I totally did. I did coddle her, not try to coddle her. I did coddle her. It wasn't an intentional thing, but I did do it.
Yeah. And a lot of the excuses since that happened, so since that stream happened and then it ended, people are angry because they've been hurt or someone that they care about has been hurt. And so when it comes to the accountability, a lot of people are, and I'm reading from the chat, a lot of people feel like you're kind of bullshitting up here, that you're using that you were angry or that you're new and that you didn't know how to respond as an excuse for why you clapped back.
Right.
I do the same thing. A year ago, I would have done the same thing. I would have clapped back in anger, and I've learned, got to unplug, which means don't watch anything or anybody, and then come back with a fresh mental space so that you're not still in that anger. But a lot of people feel like you're bullshitting behind the guys, and I'm just being blunt here. Don't take it personal. Please don't take it personal.
Yeah, I've been that way too. You kind of got to, because
it's fine. It's okay. I wish, like Paloma, I wish I was able, that I had talked to like you, Jenny, like I talked to somebody, because honestly, I did clap back 100%, but I thought that's what I needed to do to try to defend myself. And now knowing better, that I wouldn't do again. I would totally just ignore it and then let it calm down and then say my piece. That's what I should have done. And, thank you, Jenny and Paloma, for even, letting, that's the correct way, what you're telling me. But I truly, I thought I was doing the right thing to try to, I thought I was trying to make it right, but I wasn't.
Okay.
I know I wasn't, but that's where my intentions were. Like I was thinking I was trying to make it right, and it wasn't. It was just blown up in my face.
Okay.
I think people their census is that you don't understand the being sorry, And here's the thing: we're not going to know how you go until this is over, and then the next thing you do, everybody's going to be watching and waiting to see if you've change the way you do things or not. I mean, honest to God, that's just gonna have to be the way. That's the only thing we can do is you apologize and we can hope for the best afterwards. That's to see what you do.
I was saying we're getting all of a sudden. I was saying I am sorry. And the only way that I can prove that is just give me a chance and watch my actions. That's the only way that I can prove it. I know sorry comes with more than just words. I know that. I mean, I always said that to my children. So I know I have to prove it by my actions. And I know I'll prove it by my actions, because what they saw that night was not me. And I'm sorry that they saw that. I truly am. So, and that's from the bottom of my heart. I'm 100% sorry. If I could take that back, you're damn right I'd take it back. But I know I can't take, and I shouldn't say but, I know I can't take it back. So all I can do is moving forward is learn from what I did and try never to make the same mistakes again.
Mystical Magnolia.
Why were you always late?
She says, ask her exactly what she means when she says she's sorry. Is she just saying it to move on, or is she going to change the behavior? It seems okay.
No, not at all. I wouldn't say, Paloma, and I mean, people don't know me, right? So I understand that they're asking that the question, because sorry is more than that. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That means nothing. I'm saying I'm sorry because I know I did wrong. I know I hurt people, and that's never, ever my intention. And I know I should have done better. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry, because I know I was wrong. Not because people have attacked me, because I know I'm wrong. I know I was wrong. There's no question. I was wrong. I did wrong.
So my next question comes from the chat too. They're saying, ask her why she had Michelle on last year and then went on an apology tour afterwards. I don't know what that's about. I have no clue.
Last year, I don't remember that.
Me either.
So when Michelle was on my panel the other day, other than a couple of days prior to that, I only started even going live a couple of months ago. So
Okay.
no, that's,
Yeah, I think maybe people are confused because I don't remember that ever
that's
happened.
yeah, no, that's not me.
Good chance to clear that up then. That it's
Yeah,
it
no,
wasn't you.
no. I'm not going to take what I didn't do. I did enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. That's
You know,
that's why I wanted to ask it. When I seen it
Yeah.
several times, I thought it either happened or there's some confusion. So it's a good
No,
chance to.
I didn't even go live then. People can, they can go right back on my channel and see when first time I went live. And my first time that I went live was definitely a makeup live. And the first time I even done any dramas, like in the last couple of weeks. So they'll see that.
Okay. So they're saying it wasn't on your channel, that you went on panel with Michelle before she lost her channel
Oh,
and then
whoa.
and then had to do an apology tour.
No. So
Okay.
no, it was definitely no apology tour. That's for sure. I was on Michelle's panel, and yeah, but this before Michelle lost hers, and I was on her panel. I don't know. I don't know if she had her. I don't know if she had her channel gone then, and this was one of her many others. I have no idea. And anyway, I was on her panel, and she was fine, and we were just talking about makeup, and I was saying to her, like, you got to do better, like. You got to try. You got to stop this, that, and the other thing. I don't know exactly what I was saying to her, but it was definitely no apology tour. I don't know what that means. I have no idea, no clue. But
An apology tour would be apologizing, making your rounds to people that were hurt, and
that
then
I was on
apologizing. Yeah,
No, I
don't know.
definitely that didn't happen. It definitely didn't happen.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're confused.
No, I
Maybe it
didn't.
was somebody else.
Yeah, because
But
all I did on Michelle's panel was we talked about, because I sell makeup, we talked about makeup and stuff like that. And she was saying, she needed a good skincare and yada, yada, yada. Like it was nothing to even go on an apology tour for it. There was nothing, like there was no fighting, no arguing, like there was nothing. So that's why I don't understand. Like, I don't know what that means about that I did anything. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I think they're bringing it up because it would mean like a history of knowing that
No,
Yeah.
Michelle is who Michelle is, and then doing it for some type of reason. Like in this case, a lot of people think, and you might just want to address this one head on, but a lot of people are thinking that the whole reason, that the only intention for having her on panel and keeping her there and allowing her the space to, say all the things that she said was simply because of channel building. I don't know if that's true or not, but that might be something that you want to address.
Yeah, so it's not true. Now, did I know so it wasn't my sole intent. Did I know having her on would help? Absolutely. Yes. Did I know having her on would bring a crowd? For sure. For sure. But was that my sole intent? No, not at all. I was hoping that I don't know. I was hoping and thinking maybe she could make wrongs right. You know what I'm saying? Like she could fix some of her mistakes and people might see a different her. That's what I was hoping for. I mean, hindsight, yeah, no, it wasn't happening. But that's where it came from. So it wasn't all about building a channel or anything like that. And I mean, I was close to getting to get monetized and stuff anyway, without having Michelle on there. So I could have done it in another few weeks or a month or 2 months, whatever it took. It didn't really matter. So that wasn't my sole intent. No, but I knew having her on would help. Yes.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you. I got a delay. So had you been talking to Michelle before you brought her up on panel?
No.
Had you communicated with her at all?
Other than Michelle was on my panel that day, like a couple of days prior, and other than one phone call in between, doing that, Michelle being on my panel like a couple of days prior to me doing the Q&A, a phone call the day before, maybe, or the day of. That was it. Day before or day of. That was the only time then that I spoke to her when I had her on panel. No, so it wasn't like we had this bosom buddy friendship or anything. No, not at all.
So when you did talk to her before, did she say or do something that gave you the impression that she was a different person today than what she was? Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to her on the phone. Calm. She's not flipping out. She's not but I saw that though, Valoma, before that phone call. So when she got on my panel, a couple days, 2 or 3 days, whatever it was, before I did the actual Q&A with her, when she got on there, then I was thinking then maybe she's changing. Like I can see that, like she's a lot more relaxed. Doesn't seem to be high strung, like that sort of thing. And then talking to her on the phone too, like she's definitely not like, all over the place, like just going crazy, cursing people out, like all that sort of thing. No, not at all. Oh, and that was why I came on and I said the second apology was because I was taking back what I was saying, because that was after Michelle. Then so she was on my panel on a Friday night, and then on Sunday night Michelle was loaded drunk, and it's not just the loaded drunk thing, it was the way that she talked to the people in chat. And I told her straight up, without question, you are wrong. And she's like, people were coming at me, and I said, no. You let me tell you this, Michelle. You came at people a hell of a lot worse than the way they came at you. No one was bringing up this guy that you were talking about. Michelle was ballistic and called people down to the dirt. And I let her know she was wrong. It wasn't the chat. It was her. I told her straight.
Do you remember last year? I guess it's been probably about 6 months ago or so, when I even went up on her panel, and then I went live over on Chatter's Voice also. But I told her, we'd give her a chance, right? And I told her I would make a list of all the stuff.
Yeah.
She wanted me to make a list of all the things, the doxes and all that, and blah, 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 right? I did it, and it wasn't even 24 hours. It was like 12 hours maybe before she, so that was like it with Michelle. There's nobody can do anything to help
I got
Michelle.
24, Jenny.
She's never, ever, ever, she likes it too much. She enjoys being a jackass, you know?
And I told her straight up, no bone, like nothing covered. I said, Michelle, yes, the chat said a few things because I was watching it there in the chat. Yeah, the chat said a few things, but it was your mouth that was triggering more. And it was. And I know she's probably listening to this. And I told her straight up, it was her. And it was her. 100%. It was her. Well, definitely. There's no denying it. So I came on and I said, I own my words. I own them. Like, there's nothing more I can do. Like, I don't even know what to say.
But
I own it.
I think that the problem with the apology before, right, and saying you were wrong and everything, I think it's the sincerity of it because you were still fighting with everybody also, you know?
And
so I think maybe
go ahead.
You gotta let Jenny finish.
It's okay. I think maybe this
delay. That's the problem. It's a delay here on my end. So I think Jenny's finished, and that's when I start. But it's a delay. Yeah. So
which Dilemma has a delay too sometimes. So yeah. But honestly, I think that this time at least, if you'll just, you know, you've said your apologies, right? You apologize to everybody you've got into it with in the wrong way or whatever. Everything, all the mistakes you made. And I think from here, you know, if you just then, you know, you were sincere, they'll see that you were sincere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's one thing about YouTube too, and at least our community, I know, maybe not others, but ours, they can tell whether you're sincere or not, and they can like really see more than we think they can. You know what I mean? They can read you very well. So I think that, you know, that's why I always try to be as honest as I can with them, you know, about everything, because, you know, like they're just like us, just like we see other people, right? They see us that way too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Jenny, like there's no denying, like I was wrong. I should never have done it to begin with. And like I said, I did not think it through. I mean, it was just like the moment of it, you know what I mean? Like, and I never gave it, I didn't think enough of what has happened for people to be in such an outrage anyway about her. I didn't give that enough thought of how people are still affected by her words, by her
Absolutely.
actions.
She has screwed so many people over.
Oh,
and it hurt so many people, like, you know, that just want her to be gone, you know?
And I mean, and the reason I brought up Tragic to her is because Tragic is what she done to Tragic was the worst of anybody. Like that was below. That's why I brought that up, Jenny, because I thought, and I addressed it, and I even said, like, that was disgusting. That was awful. Like, and
right, it was hurt people that never hurt her. Right.
Joey Love says that you asked your moderators or your channel's opinions before having Michelle on, and that they basically told you not to do that. That would be a terrible idea.
No, I didn't ask opinions. I asked for if they had questions. And Joey Love seemed to have had a lot of opinions. She told me her opinion right from the very get-go. And she was one of them that had said, don't do it, whatever, Michelle. But you know, like when you keep going and going and going, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I heard you the first time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but they were trying to save you from this right here. That's what, you know,
I understand that now, but I wasn't. I wasn't getting it. I just wasn't getting it. You know, I really didn't.
Okay. Please ask Glam why she stopped Michelle from talking about Flava, but did not stop Michelle from talking about Lucy and Tragic.
But I did try to stop her from talking about Lucy and Tragic. That was the thing. That's when I said, like, I wish I tried talking over her. I tried like stopping her, and that's when I said, I'm sorry. I wish I had to have muted her. But in that moment, I never thought about the mute button. So, but I did try stopping her talking about them. Absolutely, I did. And I wish I had to have been able to mute her, but I never thought of it. I never even thought about the mute button, to be honest.
Okay, next one. You said a few days after that you had messaged her or talked to her. Are you still talking to Michelle?
Am I still talking to Michelle? I talked to Michelle earlier today. Actually, I did. It was briefly. We're not bosom buddies by any stretch of the imagination. That's why I say don't get it twisted. We're not like best of friends at all. At all. I know what Michelle has done. I know full well what Michelle has done. I don't know how to.
Okay, I'll move on to the next one. Go ahead.
I mean, foolish, like to even give it a minute. You know, like to give her, like not to give her a chance. Like I don't know. I don't know. But we're not like best friends or anything like that. No, absolutely
not. Can you ask her to address her CP?
Her CP? What CP?
I think Flav was talking about the community post.
Okay.
Okay. And which community post?
Could you? I don't know.
There's many, Flav. There's many. Because if you're talking, well, I've addressed every single thing I wrote down, so I'm not sure which stuff.
Yeah, I think you already did. I think she's coming in late.
Yeah, I didn't know what CP meant. I didn't know if that was a person or.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I think they're talking about the one. She's probably talking about the one about Tragic, maybe.
Yeah, I already addressed that.
Yeah, she did.
And I was wrong.
a lot of people are saying you told people to report tragic. I don't know how far back that was, if it's
So
recent.
that was
if it's
on
not.
that community post that I've already spoke about. I wrote on the
Okay.
end of it, please report what I was talking
Okay.
about with tragic. And and then someone said I've removed that, and I did remove it, but I did have it there. I really did. I never thought about it. I truly never even thought about it. I was so upset. A lot went on that night. Like, I was in another chat that I'm a mod for, or was a mod for, and there was about 6 to 8 of them coming at me, and I'm trying to defend myself. I never started it. I never said a bloody thing, but I got yelled at in that chat and then said, I'm sorry, I have to do this, Glam, but timed me out for 24 hours.
Okay.
So that had happened. And then amongst everything else, of course. And then I did the community post. Now, I'm not saying I'm right for that, but I'm saying where it came from. That's when it all came from. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not making excuses for it. Don't get me. Like, that's not my reasoning. I'm not making an excuse. I'm saying how it came about.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a buildup of everything, Paloma, and I think I just freaking lost it, to be honest. Like,
Yeah,
not lost it
that's what
mentally,
it
but I
sounds
just
like.
lost my cool.
That's kind of what it sounds like. I'm reading questions from the chat
Yeah, it's okay.
that are asked several times. I feel like I'm not reading the opinions from the chat. I'm reading the questions from the chat, just because they're coming from multiple people, and it's a good way to
different sides every which way. Yeah.
I don't know half of what any of this stuff's even about. I know she was on the
No,
panel.
I'm trying to scan through and catch people up.
Yeah. I know. I'll
Okay,
tell you
so
this.
also about the Kyle stuff, right? Real quick on that.
Ooh, yeah.
Glam, didn't, like, she said immediately that she was blocking him, right?
Mhm.
So that got confused somewhere. I can't remember where though.
Yeah.
What was it? Let's
So
clear that up.
you came out on, that was on, I guess, Wednesday night, was it? When
Yeah,
you came out
yeah,
with the
Wednesday.
info? So
Yeah.
Tara and I had a conversation, and we said, okay, when we see him come in chat, we are going to block him. One of us will block him. And because I don't know if there's another way, or do you have to just wait till you see the person and block them? Like, I didn't know. So I just said, when you see him, one of us will block him. Okay. So he came in, and right off the bat, he said, don't believe what everyone is saying. And I said, Kyle, like, it's hard to argue this, but like, Jenny put it out there. Here's where you can go and find it. And like, I'm sorry, but each to their own. I don't care. Like, you do you, but it's not something that I can be part of. And I said that straight up. So he did get timed out. So I don't know exactly when he did get timed out, but he did get timed out. And because afterwards, Tara said, I wasn't sure if I should time him out or block him. He was timed out for 24 hours, and I blocked him. So he is completely blocked from my chat. I made sure that was done. But
and I think people misunderstood or whatever, because I did too. Okay, so I'm going to help clear it up, because what somebody in chat said that you hadn't blocked him, right? And all I was saying was, well, I showed whatever, and if they still don't, that's on them. That's what I said. And then people got confused, but you had already, so people were wrong about that, whoever told me that was wrong about it, in the chat.
I did. And, and I heard, like, I seen that, like, oh, she still has Kyle in chat and all this. And I'm like, what the hell? And he was blocked, like, like, whatever. And I mean, and Tara done the right thing.
I can say that you and Tara both, and Kimmy, the people that I was listening to when, I found out he was around again. And I talked to and told y'all, when I went up there, that I was going to get anything I could together to show you, because I am about showing stuff like that. I think you always should, but I just wanted to protect y'all beforehand, And so I think that it was, and seriously, I know that immediately you and Tara both were like appreciative and were like, thank you. And y'all were going to block him. So I think it was just,
So I think what happened, Jenny, so that was, I think, so that was Tuesday night. You had come into Kimmy's chat. And so you said, you were going to, you said something about you'll find it. So the next day, Tara was doing a live, and Tara and I had already talked, and we said, we knew that you said you were going to find it. We knew you were going to find something. So it was a joke between us. We were saying no receipts. It didn't happen. We knew the receipts were coming. You had already said it. So it was a joke between us. And
I think people took that as more like condescending, and y'all being, instead of the way it should have been, like y'all.
We were carrying on about it. Yeah.
We had that's where it started.
Yeah. We had no intentions on that. I mean, and that's why I even said, like, in Gina's chat yesterday, like, you do you, but for me, I'm a married woman. The last thing I'm going to do is put a hat on and innocently then put on some freak site that I know nothing of. And because I allowed him in chat and I was having a hat party, you know what I mean? I was like, Oh, so speaking of that, here's something else I do want to clear up about that. So people were going crazy at me in your chat the other night about, well, you were doing a duo with Tara. No, and I explained it. No, it wasn't a duo. Tara was going to be streaming. Kyle was going to be up on Tara's panel. And I guess I didn't exactly know how it worked, but I think we were all going to be on panel, but I was going to stream it to mine. Kimmy was streaming it to hers. Tara was having hers. So that's why I said, no, it wasn't a duo, because we were all all supposed to go stream it. So I don't even know how you do it. I don't know, but that's what was going to happen. So it wasn't like supposed to be a duo. It was supposed to be, we were all streaming it. That's why I said no, not a duo. That's why I wanted to clarify that. But I was streaming it.
I'd like to say, F you, Kyle. Okay. I like to wear my baseball hat in an ugly, messy bun, and I cannot do that anymore. And thanks to Jenny and Hondo for bringing that out, you nasty dude.
Perfect.
And you know what? Somebody was asking about that in the chat. Devious. Yeah, Caslin is supposed to be getting in touch. She's getting stuff together. And if y'all remember when she was in here, she said he had sexual assault charges.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's even worse than what I thought, So.
Oh, I heard that yesterday. My mouth just about dropped, and I was like, "Oh my!"
I know. That was the first for me. I didn't know that part of it. So,
well, and that's why I was
together. So,
I was on Gina's panel, and I was like trying to explain to her, like, no, like 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 my reasoning and stuff behind it.
Yeah,
now
I know.
That's privileged. See you next Tuesday.
Because you were having to defend me all by yourself. That's what I said too.
Okay, you guys. So that is installment number 4, and oh boy, was it a doozy. You're gonna love the next one, the last one, because guess who? Our favorite person in the whole wide world makes an appearance. 2 of them, actually. Daggone it, I hate it when Michelle is right. I absolutely... Okay, not going there yet. We will do that in the next one. But for right now, what I want to say is, Glam, if you want to be in this community, more power to you. But spend some time in some of the really good chats like Jenny Jen. Go to Valoma's chat. Oh my God, the woman just relaxes me so much. I just love her voice. And she is just chock full of information. She can give you so many tips without you even having to ask on how to talk to people, how to show respect. Talking over the host, it's like walking into her house and disrespecting her and talking over her and so forth. I mean, this is Jenny Jen's house. That's how you have to think of it. Is that this is her house. This is her territory. You're being invited in as a guest. That's all there is to it. That's the easiest way to think of it. You wouldn't do something to her in her channel that you would not do to her in her own home. That's the best way to think of it. As far as the rest of it goes, there aren't even excuses. I can't even call them excuses. They are thrown out there because they're not even excuses. It's, I didn't think, I didn't take time. I wish I had talked to someone. I wish I had, had prior knowledge. All you had to do was reach out. Jenny is right there willing to help anyone. And she even told you that if she had known you were wanting to build your channel, she would have helped you with everything she possibly could. And I know she would, because that's what she does. She helps people. And she helps people build, and she helps people understand. And she also helps people with questions and so forth. Valoma will help you, I'm sure. I don't know her very well, but I just from the little bit that I have learned about her, I'm very sure she would be more than willing to help you if you needed it and you had asked, But the only thing that I can say about this whole thing is that it gives me the feeling that she is playing both sides. She wants to appease those who want her to have to do with Michelle. She's trying to appease those who don't like Michelle. She's trying to play both sides and get everybody on her side. And it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. It's not logical. There's an old saying, and it is the complete truth. You can please some of the people all of the time. You can please all of the people some of the time, but you cannot please all of the people all of the time. So just keep that in mind. Some people are going to be happy with you. Some people are not going to be happy with you. People will come, people will go. Pay attention not to what your numbers look like or how well your numbers are doing. Pay attention to what you're doing and how well you're doing. It's you who makes that channel worth the viewer's time. And that's all there is to it. The rest will come with you being honest and forthright and understanding, and with you communicating and giving people the impression that you care, But do what you love. Don't do something because you think it's going to be an easy payoff. I mean, don't take classes because they're easy, and don't do a channel because you think it's going to be easy, because you're going to be sadly disappointed in the drama community if you think it's easy. It's not. Alrighty, so you guys, let me know what you think, because it's going to take me a long time to get past all of this. Glam, if you watch this, you're welcome to come into my chat. No one will attack you. I know my people very well. Nobody's going to attack you. If they do say something to you, it will not be an attack, I promise you. My people aren't like that. Not my people. The people who appreciate my channel and stick with me and are so completely awesome. And I love them so much. I love you guys. Oh, that reminds me. I want to thank the people who have sent me gifts on my Cash App. You people have been amazing. I've received a few of them now. I think it's 3. You guys are great. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. The money has been put towards paying some of my application fees or not application fees, my monthly subscriptions for apps that I use for my editing and so forth. So thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very, very much. I love all of you guys. I hope you know that. And I appreciate you. And I hope you have an amazing everything. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those you love. Make sure you make some time. Read a book. Watch a movie. Take a walk. Don't throw your kids in traffic. All that good stuff. Alrighty. It's getting cooler weather here in the States. I know some of you are in Australia, and a couple of you are in, what's it called? New Zealand. So, don't brag because it's warm there, I know. But we're coming into the cooler weather. So, still, either way, take some time for yourself and just enjoy life, because it's way too short to not enjoy. I will see you all next time. Thank you for being in my life today. I appreciate it. All right. Until next time.
Emotional